a short set, short overlay. And then my second client, same thing, overlay of her natural nails, basic color, basic pink.
Okay. When you say an overlay, was like one coat?
So overlay, you would get an overlay or you would get extensions. So an overlay is the coating over top of your natural nails. So however long your nails are, that's how long your appointment nails will come out.
Okay.
Other than that, you would ask for extensions, which means you want them longer than your natural nails.
Okay.
Yeah, so they just get overlays.
Perfect.
Short nails.
Welcome back to Tech Talk Tuesday, guys. We have a very special guest for you guys today. I want to let you guys know this person is very important to me. This person is very knowledgeable in the industry. They've been doing it for about 5 to 6 years. We plan to have a really good conversation and hopefully create some dialogue for you guys. Introducing Nailz Valdez, Latoya Spencer. Yes, clap it up. All right, I just want to jump right into it. So, when did you start your business?
I started my business in 2018.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, when you started your business, what's some of the supplies that you had now compared to when you first started?
Well, I changed the services that I provide.
Okay.
And my purpose for doing that was to reduce the service menu so it wouldn't be so confusing for the customers. And so that made a change in the inventory that I ordered. Before the change, I offered 5 different services.
Which were?
Gel,
okay,
gel polish, hard gel, acrylic, and poly gel.
Oh, and what industry are we talking about for the ones who don't know? What?
The nail industry.
Okay.
Those are the different type of services that you can receive. It just basically means the different type of products that I will put on you.
All right. Well, so how long have you been in the industry? I think it's about 5 to 6 years. Am I accurate? Or
you're accurate.
I'm accurate. Okay.
6 years. It'll be 6 years in May.
Okay.
Next month.
And where did you learn to get your experience in the industry? Like, a lot of times, like for me, I have like publications or like, I go to a library, get certain books. So you got online training. What are some of the things that you did to kind of like gain your experience in your industry?
Well, I went to beauty shows.
Yeah.
Networking. So I was fortunate enough to meet 2 nail techs that didn't mind allowing me to come in and watch them.
Really?
Yeah. So
how was that experience?
That was really good. I didn't get to meet with them until probably almost into my 2nd year, but I still appreciated that because I know I wanted to get more information and more knowledge about, let's say, pedicure specifically.
Okay.
So what I did was I went over to her shop. She allowed me to come over a couple days.
Yeah.
And just sit and watch and take notes.
So it was like kind of like a mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
She let me do that.
Is that something that you think is important for people who get into your industry?
Yes. I think it's very important because you can take the classes online, you can read the books, you can watch the YouTube videos, but it's nothing like someone that's been doing it for over 20 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because a lot of times people say, okay, this is the product and this is how you use it, and that's it. And you think, okay, I'm doing what they're saying. But someone that's experienced will take time to say, this product used to be made like this, and it used to do this, and this is how you use it, and this is how you don't use it. A lot of people leave that part out because they'll tell you what to do, and you walk away and you think, oh, okay, I heard what you said, and I'm doing exactly what you said. But you're not.
Why you not? They tell you why they're not.
You think you are, but you're not, because you go home and you're like, oh, she said brush it on like this, and you go home and you brush it on like that. But what she didn't say, maybe something like, make sure you hold the brush at the angle when you brush it like this.
Okay.
Make sure you wipe the brush off before you start to use it.
Okay.
She told you how to use it, but she didn't tell you what not. Don't forget or don't skip this step. They kind of leave that out a lot.
Okay.
But the more experienced techs will tell you.
So,
in my experience.
No, absolutely. Is this like costly? Like to have like these mentorship sessions?
It can be.
It can be.
It definitely can be. Some people will do it.
Yeah.
Just because they feel like they need to reach back and give back.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you have to pay.
You gotta pay.
You have to pay. You have to pay for people's time.
Okay.
Even if it's not a whole course, a whole training thing. If you just want to pick their brain, you have to pay.
Okay.
You have to pay for the time that you're there.
And that's important as far as like doing the services yourself, so you kind of understand what they're doing, and then when you do it for yourself, you're mimicking the same thing. That's sweet.
Yeah.
But I want to kind of like pause a little bit. When you talk about your business, understand that you're doing successful with that and you got your services, but you have a personal life. Without you getting too in detail, how do you balance your business and your personal life?
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard, very hard. When I first started, I didn't know how to do it.
Okay.
When I first started, I was doing it every day.
Yeah.
Just trying to learn, trying to get the customers in because that's hard. You think you need to be available for everybody else.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, okay, 7 o'clock, get in. 8 o'clock, okay, I can do it at 8. 9, okay, I'll do it 9.
Yeah.
Appointment. This is PM that I'm talking about.
Oh wow! I hear that
So
PM time, not in the morning. This is the
not in
afternoon.
the morning. This
Okay.
is, because I have a full-time job, so you work and then you do this. But you get burnt out that way.
Yeah.
And after a while, you learn to scale back. Scale back the days and scale back the times till it makes sense to you and what you can still do at home and provide for your family and yourself. Because of course, as I mentioned, I have a full-time job, so doing the nails cuts into my time and kids' time, husband time, house time. So then you try to figure out how to balance that.
Yeah.
And you try to say, okay, well, I'll do the nails on my time.
Yeah.
The time that was for me outside of the family time. So then you have neglected your personal mental breaks.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just, like
It's a challenge.
a challenge. One of the downfalls.
One of the downfalls.
Running a business, starting a business when you already have a full-time job.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
I completely understand. This entrepreneur life ain't easy. It ain't. It's not for the weak.
It's not for the weak.
It's for the people who wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about, because I've watched you over the years, your business is like scaled up, getting better as far as like content, as far as like clients. What did you have to stop doing in your personal life to take your business more seriously?
You just have to sacrifice. You sacrifice your free time.
Sacrifice your free time.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just, because you think, oh, I'm still going to do this and I'm going to do that. This meaning your personal stuff, and that meaning the business. So you think, I'm going to do this and that. But you got to cut some of the stuff out. So it's a sacrifice, really.
Okay.
You're sacrificing your time.
Absolutely. I want to, just keep moving along. When it comes to like doing business and then going outside the workplace, how do you like stay disciplined with that professionalism? Because oftentimes for me, I have my business and I act a certain way with my business, but if I go with my buddies, I may act a different way. You may get a different type of personality from me. So I've had to work on that and kind of like keep the same standard across the board. So how have you, if you have challenged that, how have you dealt with that? Like being able to be professional as far as the nail style, that's professional across the board, or do you do that?
So I believe that my age has a lot to do with it. Because, I'm older starting in the nail business as opposed to being 18, 19 years old. So I'm more mature.
Yeah.
And you understand when you're older how to handle people.
Go ahead.
How to handle people better, because I feel like when you're younger, you allow more things to happen. You don't have as many boundaries, And I think that's what you need to maintain that professionalism. You can't have boundaries. You can still have fun with the clients, but you have to have those boundaries. And when you're younger, everything is fun. You're giddy, you're laughing, and you can say you let people say anything to you. You let the conversation go anywhere. But then you realize we shouldn't talk about certain things.
Okay.
Because it can get too personal.
Really?
It will mess up the relationship.
With the client?
With the client. Like if you have different views on things, you can talk about it. But I think it's best maybe you stay away from certain topics like politics.
Okay.
That gets friends into arguments.
Yeah, so I can only imagine what to do with your clients.
With your clients.
Yeah, okay.
You don't see the client as much as a friend, and so you don't have as much time on that relationship. And if that 1 hour you have with them every 2 weeks gets testy, then their relationship is not going to be that good because you're not going to see them outside of that hour. So
Okay.
if you know.
So you try to limit the type of conversations.
The topics.
The topics.
The
Okay.
topics. The topics. And it's you learn to determine who you can talk to certain things, who you can talk to certain people about. Certain things that you can talk to them about. You can't talk about everything with everybody.
Yeah. So is there a lot of like engagement with your service? I understand that you do nails, but like, do you have to talk to your client? Is that a part of the service?
So the client determines that.
Okay.
Okay. So the client will come in and determine whether y'all are going to talk or whether it's going to be a silent appointment.
Okay.
And I totally understand because sometimes they're coming from work and they're like, this is my only 1 hour of quiet of the day. I just want to decompress. I don't want to talk. I just want to sit here, listen to the music, and get my nails done.
Yeah.
And some people, they come in the door, walk in the door.
Really?
Girl, I've been waiting to get here. Girl, let me tell you what happened last week. Oh my gosh, where's Blue? Hi, Blue. Come on, let's go sit down.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So as the client really dictates that, and I'm open to it, and I let them know we can have a quiet service. We can talk. We can listen to music, or you can catch up on a show. Because a lot of people come in and say, well, I don't have time to watch TV. After work, I'm running this, I got to practice, I got to run to the store, cook the kids,
Yeah.
And I don't get a chance to watch my shows. So that's why I have the TV and Netflix. You have a show you want to catch up on, you can use this hour, and a couple people, they want me to have it queued up when they walk in the door. And so, I
That's great. You actually accommodate your clients for whoever the client is, instead of like, oh, everybody get the same treatment no matter what. Now you're custom, man. You actually adapt to each client. That's nice. I commend you for that.
Thank you.
So, all right. Next thing I want to ask you is, what is like the most expensive purchase that you had in your business so far?
I would say training.
Training.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Training.
Wow. I'm expecting that.
Training. Outside of training, as far as equipment goes, after training will be equipment.
Just expense period, but okay, but then training, you said then equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what type of equipment do you use? Don't tell us your niches, but what are some like most nail practitioners should actually be having in their nail salon? I mean, nail technicians, excuse me. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm aware of your industry. I know my verbiage, so you can always correct me.
Okay. The biggest purchase, the electric file.
The electric file.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The electric file. I don't by any means have the most expensive one, but my most expensive purchase was that at $450.
Okay. Yeah. Why did you choose to go with that price one instead of a cheaper one?
I had cheaper ones.
You had cheaper.
Okay. I had
so
cheaper before that.
You upscaled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So I purchased the cheapest one.
Yeah.
Off the internet first, and then I went to the supply store and bought one from there. And I still have that one from the supply store.
Okay.
That one wasn't cheap, but it wasn't, I guess, the best for me. And I only say that with the noise. It was the noise aspect. It was a lot noisier. So the more expensive they are, the quieter, the less noise they make, and less vibration on your wrist. And that's probably more important.
Yeah.
That is more important than the noise. Because the vibration, if we're doing the nails for about 30 minutes at a time, you could be fine. That's a long time, but the service is an hour, so you probably get about 30 minutes on your wrist. And if it's vibrating all the time and moving, that's a lot of strain on your wrist. Because we do come away with aches and pains.
Really? So your wrist be sore after like doing nails?
My thumb right here.
Your thumb?
Right here.
Okay.
And that's because people won't relax. So it's like I'm thumb wrestling for an whole hour. Yes.
Are you serious?
So, yes.
They're supposed to begin the service, and you're over there trying to like make sure to keep that thumb straight.
Their hands. So they're trying. And the biggest thing they're trying to do is look.
look at their nails.
Look at their nails.
They
Well,
can't
we're
do
doing your nails, so like I'm holding your nails. Give me your hand.
All right.
All right, so I'm doing your nails one hand at a time.
Yes.
So, and I'm working on your finger. Try to look at your fingernail to see what I'm doing. Now, sit back. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they look their finger.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you do it. Do it.
Okay.
Do
okay.
that. You do that.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. You doing that. I'm doing this.
Okay, I see.
I'm turning this. You know, when I'm doing things, the client thinks that they're helping, so they try to move the hand.
Yeah.
Not knowing that I'm using the light. I'm
Oh.
using the light and the reflection off of their nails to do what I need to do. So they think they can anticipate my next move, so they try to move it. And if I move the finger a little, they'll move the hand a whole lot. It's like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Just move, just let me move it. So it's a lot of wrestling, and that would come off really stiff. I've seen nail techs where their finger gets stuck.
What?
Yes,
Wow.
it's just stuck. They can't move it. And they're like, oh, I gotta go to the doctor because it's stuck like this.
Oh my God!
Yes.
You might need some medical insurance for this. Hey.
So that's the thing. We try to use stuff like armrests, and that's another thing. The armrest that I have on the desk.
Yeah.
You know, it sits on the desk. You put your arms in it, but everybody wants to put their hands on it
Okay.
instead of their arms. We need the arms on it so your hands can hang, so I can move it freely instead of wrestling with you.
Oh,
And so that's where a lot of the pain come into play.
No. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't even think you guys went through that.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And your back.
Your back.
Just take your shoulder from bending over
Yeah.
for 2 hours, 1 hour at a time.
Wow.
So stuff happens.
I'm glad you're speaking on this because anyone that's like in the nail industry or looking to be in the nail industry, these are some of the challenges that you have to face. These are things that you have to be prepared for if you want to make significant money in this industry, right?
And if you want to do it for a long time.
If you want to do it for a long time.
Because you'll get burnt out, you'll get hurt in the beginning. So in addition to the armrest, your desk is very important because it should be at a certain height so that you're not bent and hunched over.
Okay.
Your chair, because your chair needs to be at a certain height, or if you're doing pedicures, it needs to go low.
Yeah.
So that the foot can be almost at eye level of your face.
Wow.
So you're up. Your feet are supposed to be flat on the ground.
Yeah.
That matters because otherwise, you have a tendency to move them, cross your legs and stuff like that. Your legs are getting numb.
Yeah. Just like the barber chair.
Just like the barber chair.
Yeah.
Oh, the posture is very important because if not, you'll be sore and hurt when you don't have to.
Wow.
Yeah, this is not just because you do nails. Oh, your back is going to hurt. No, it hurts because you don't have the good posture or the good furniture. And the nail desk is important.
Y'all listen to these tips. Listen to these tips, man. She's really explained some things to you. I want to get into the next thing. Well, I actually want to stay there for 1 second because you spoke about a lot of different materials and equipment that you use for your clients as far as the armrest, the electric nail filer. You spoke on a couple of other things as well. But I wanted to ask you, how do you document these things? Because, at the end of the year, you want to track your expenses and everything. So how do you document your equipment that you purchase for your business?
So I still like paper.
Paper.
So
Pencil paper, okay. Yeah.
I write it down. I keep it on a list.
Yeah.
And just in case I don't write it down, I can go back to my electronic files.
Okay.
Everything that I purchase for the business always comes out of the business checking account or on the business credit card.
Yeah.
So it's not hard for me to track it down if I have to.
Absolutely.
That's how I pay for everything, so I can just go back to the statements
That's
if I
good.
need to.
That's good. As far as that, when it comes to the accounting side, when we want to reach out to a client and get their books, as we would say, we go to those bank statements and we look at those bank statements and the expenses are on the bank statement. Makes it way easier for us to track what you got going on, especially on a month-to-month basis. And then, of course, at the end of the year, you can prepare your financial statements, and that way, you could go to next year. So you always kind of be in order, never know what you don't have, never know what you didn't make because you're keeping track of it. So that's good. That's good. I want to kind of move on a little bit. So we recently just went through the pandemic, or we're probably still in the pandemic. I know you said you started your business in 2017. How did the pandemic affect your business?
It was a big impact because the state, ruled that you couldn't provide services during that time. So you had to shut down.
Wow.
Even the home-based, personal, private services had had to shut down.
Okay.
Because if you had a license, you are supposed to follow the rules from the state.
Yes.
And the state sent out the message that you couldn't provide the services.
Absolutely.
For quite some time. And then they lifted the restriction to say if you did one-on-one services without extra people in waiting rooms, you could open back up. So we were released to come back earlier than, let's say, a store where 10 people could be in the store at a time. So we were approved to provide those services earlier than everybody else to reactivate. But other than that, you had to pivot. You had to do something else. You know, if as nail techs, if you knew how to make press-on nails, then you started making press-on nails at this time. Because you could do those and ship them out to your clients.
I got a question. So now I know you said that nail techs had to shift to more of a press-on nail. Did that mean that there was decline of nail techs in your industry, or did they all just shift to like doing something else?
It was a decline because it's my understanding from people that they felt like it wasn't stable anymore, and they couldn't withstand the break.
Yeah.
You know, we were shut down for a while, so people was I gotta pay bills. I just can't do this anymore. So they went out and got jobs.
Wow.
Yeah. So some people let it go. Some people just they hung in there with it, reduced their services, obviously, that they could provide until we were approved to open back up fully.
Wow. So with the social distancing part of it, I know because I watched your business, you would have like 4 to 5 people in the salon. You know, when that next client was done, they would walk in, next client. With the social distancing, how did that affect your business?
It affected my business, even though I don't run a walk-in service.
Yeah.
You have to make an appointment, so it's going to be one person in there with me and one out waiting. It was still an impact. It was still an impact. Let's see. You had to buy more PPE equipment. We had to buy the sneeze guards.
Oh yes,
remember that?
Yeah. The clear shield, so exactly, no spit or no extra follicles going across. That was the whole thing, guys. Because you go to any bank teller, any hospital, when they usually just give you that face-to-face action, now you kind of got speak louder and all that,
And
what?
You had to have on a mask.
Yes,
so you had to speak very loud.
With the mask and the glass screen. Wow.
So it was an increase in your cost.
Wow. So because you had to provide this stuff. Yes.
Because before that, only I wore masks. And it was because I would be close to your nails while I'm filing for the dust.
Yes.
But when the pandemic came, now I would buy a mask for the clients too.
Wow.
They would bring them. Some people would forget them. Yeah. So I had to have them on deck in case we came in without one.
Exactly.
So that increased my...
You don't want to be at risk. I completely understand. Okay, so since the pandemic, how have you been able to be creative in this space, like in your industry?
How am I able to be creative? My art goes on the nails. So maybe my inspiration comes from. So I'll tell you something. So when people come in to get their nails done, if they don't know what they want on their nails, I'll use what they have on. Part of that outfit as inspiration. People always come in with prints, different colors. You have on a red shirt, you're getting red. Yeah. You don't know what you want, you're getting red today.
Oh, you match the outfit. That's cute, though.
Yeah,
that's cute.
Because it used to stress me out, and it's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to think? Or what am I going to put on their nails? Or, they might not like what I choose because I'm going to choose what I like. But if you have it on, you obviously like it. So you like that print, so we're going to do that print. We're going to do something similar to that on your nails. So that's what I use people's outfit most of the time as inspiration.
Wow. Wow.
Other than that, of course, I scroll social media and save.
Yeah. No, that's neat. That's neat. I would have never even thought about that. So when it comes to promoting your business, how important do you think that is?
I think it's very important.
Why?
Because that's how you spread the word.
Okay.
That's how you get new customers to you. It's important. We have many different ways. It can be expensive. And I think you should be ready to spend money on it.
Something you a budget? Like do you think you need to have like a budget? Like you have a budget for like your supplies and maybe your payroll and stuff like that. But as far as for your promotion, do you think it's important to have a promotional budget?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's important. I think it's very important. No matter how big or small the budget is,
Yeah.
I think you should have one
Okay.
because you should be planning out your content,
Yes.
planning out your activities. So
Yes.
you need to have a budget
Yes.
to map yourself toward that, stay on track.
Okay. So, what are some of the biggest challenges that you face in your industry?
Biggest challenges.
And these challenges could be things that like may force you to cut down on expenses, or how would you describe that?
I think the biggest challenge has been the balance.
Of the personal and the business life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's
For
like
me.
okay.
If it was a number one, that's the number one.
Yeah.
Finding that balance between the two. And understanding your industry and where you can be profitable, because what I've learned is it's not all about working the whole day. It's not about that, because in most cases, if you're working all day like that, you're either rushing through or you're trying to get through all of the clients. So your focus is not doing the best on each set. Your focus is how many can I get in a day done. And when you're trying to get so many done, you're not focused on how well the nails are, and that's how the clients come back. Because if they're good nails, done right, last long, they're going to come back. And it takes time to do nails like that. So your service is going to be longer.
Okay.
It's going to be longer, and if it's longer, you probably should be charging more.
Yeah.
Because it takes more time.
Absolutely.
And if each service is a higher ticket value, you can get the money in less time. When I say less time, 8 hours compared to a 4-hour day.
Wow.
So it takes time to figure that out.
Yes. So it's like more of a I'm going to try this with these clients, and then I'm gonna try this with this client, or you do like, okay, for this year I'm gonna just do it this way, and then next year I'm gonna do it this way. How would you look at it?
Time frame. So I look at it by quarters.
By quarters.
For me,
okay.
Again, this is just some things that I know from already having a career.
Yes.
And planning out activities and budgets and things like that. So I do it by quarter.
Okay.
I sit down and think, okay, I look at my work. I scroll all my pictures all the time and say, what do I see I need to improve? And I know you're more critical of your own work, but
Absolutely.
You can be realistic and say, I need to work on this.
Mm-hmm.
And then, back to the budget, you plan it out for the training, go to the training, and then you go start practicing on your people.
Good. Okay, so you apply the things that you're actually working on, and then you make it better.
Make it better from there.
I like that.
And you get a couple people, if they're willing to let you test the things on them before you charge someone for it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So your clients like to be test dummies,
guinea
pigs for your project.
Yeah, and they say
it's nothing wrong with it. It's just like
promotion.
Yeah.
They'll say you'll ask them to be.
Oh, you said promotion.
To be your promotion.
Okay, I understand.
To be a billboard.
Yeah.
Can you wear this and walk around and people ask you about it? Send them to me. They're scared.
I can see that for clients that like the same thing and want to get the same thing, and you see some that's like, oh wow, I want to try that, but your clients may not like that. Mm-hmm. Like that may not be their style. Mm-hmm. So you use the promotion. So okay, let me just do this for promotion, and then that's how you're able to practice the same style, and then again probably get some clients that want it. Mm-hmm. That's a great tactic that you do. Wow, y'all hear that? It's coming from Nailz by Let's let you guys know now. So how has your industry progressed over the years?
It has grown. To going from a couple clients a week to fully booked.
Well, that's so much you, but the industry itself, has the industry like necessarily how has progressed? So you look at like maybe a different industry like the housing market. Mm-hmm. They have progressed because they have start building more houses in certain areas, so now more people living there. So like in your industry, maybe are there more technicians in certain areas? Are there people using more equipment? Like how has the industry itself progressed? To your knowledge.
Well, there's a lot of equipment involved, so there's always progression because as time goes on, the technology improves.
Mhm.
So, some of the equipment that we used years ago
Yeah.
is better now.
Okay,
It's advanced.
okay.
Like
Yeah,
I mentioned, the e-files. You couldn't get a quiet e-file back in the day, but now you can get a quiet e-file. You could hear it as a motor. You turn on, it's very all noise. But now you get it, you turn it on, you can't even hear it.
And how does this machine look, or describe it for the people that don't know?
For the people that don't know, it's an electric file. And,
Yeah.
it's a box
Okay.
with a cord, like your old phone cord, and then your handle, which that you use to file the nail down or in a different shade, things like that. And that's a progression because now they come cordless, rechargeable, and all of that. Yeah,
Okay,
and I'm sure they didn't have that back in the
no,
day.
I'm pretty sure they didn't. Okay.
So that's one thing that
That's
has
sweet.
progressed, I think, with the technology piece of it because things just get better as time goes on.
All right.
Yeah.
Are there any like notable people in your industry that you may want to shout out, or people that you may look to you may like, okay, oh, they're doing that. Okay, I may look into that too. Anybody like that in your industry?
Oh yeah, it depends on the specific thing that I want to improve at that time. As I mentioned, the lady who let me come to her salon and just sit there and watch her do services and take notes. Sassy Nails by Nia in Clinton, Maryland. Sassy Nails by Nia in Clinton, Maryland. So I'm very appreciative of her. So if I want to improve my customer service, things like that, I kind of pay attention to what she's doing.
Okay.
Nailz, she's in Maryland as well.
Yeah, Nailz.
Nailz. When I want to work on my nail art, I kind of pay attention to what she's doing. I use her page. I save a lot of her stuff to try to copy when it comes to new techniques and new art that's out.
Yeah.
Sashani Gray Nails. I've taken training from her. She does classes.
Wow.
She's also a tech. Very, very good. Another person, I say in Maryland, Celeste Nails.
Okay.
Down in Waldorf.
Shout out Celeste Nails.
Shout out to Celeste Nails. Have friends in the industry.
A few people, few notable people. That's good.
Like I try to really focus on training with and purchasing from the Black-owned businesses.
Okay.
And we do have some. We have Poochie's Nails out of Atlanta,
Wow.
Georgia.
Okay.
I order things from her.
Okay, so you're not afraid to venture out to different people in your industry to kind of use their tools and stuff like that. Like it's all inclusive.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not afraid. I watch for a while. Watch it, social media, Instagram, YouTube. They may have videos of how to use certain things or to show you how to use the products that they sell.
Yeah.
So I'll watch the videos for a little while and then I'll order from them. And I use the other people that I have been following and trust their opinion. If they say, this is good, y'all, and they'll say, this is good because it does better than this brand.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm having that problem too. Let me try this new one.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
That's sweet. So what do you see Nailz Wellness in the next 5 years?
5 years. 5 years. Nail truck.
Nail truck? Okay.
Because that's been on the list. And if we can make that final decision on yay or nay, because that's a struggle, the yay or nay moving out of the home base to a brick and mortar. The client said no.
Okay.
So I got a dilemma on my hands.
Yeah, I understand.
If my clients are saying no,
yes.
But then I'm thinking, if I want to grow, I have to leave. I cannot grow here because it will continue to be me and only me. In order to grow, I have to get more people and get more help.
Yeah.
And I would need to move into a suite or independent business, or just a brick and mortar somewhere where I can expand.
Okay. All right. Well, before I get you out of here, I do want to ask you one more question.
Okay.
So this one, comes from the accounting side of things. I want you, take a second if you need to. If you had an opportunity for someone to invest into your business, would you in return give them a profit share or a percentage of your business?
Probably a profit share.
A profit share?
I think.
Okay.
I might need some more time to research.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
I agree with you because when it comes to profit share, Say if I wanted to invest $10,000 into your business,
Mm-hmm.
the money that I invest into your business is the money you're going to use to create money
Mm-hmm.
for your business. So, in a sense of a ownership split, if I gave you $10,000 now, every money you make for the rest of your business going further, I'm going to get a percentage from it. Now, the reason why I bring this up because there's different situations. Say if your business wasn't worth $10,000 and I gave you $10,000, so essentially I'm giving you more than what your business is worth. So that's how people look at. Okay, well, you gave me more than what my business is worth, so I give you a percentage of the business. Now you don't have to do that. I can just easily say, okay, you want to invest $10,000. I'm going to use your $10,000. I'm going to invest in the business, and I'm going to give you a profit share of the $10,000 that you invest in the business, whether that be merchandise, products, whatever the case may be. So I like to ask my everybody that comes onto my show that just to get their perspective.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nailz Valdez,
You're
Latoya Spencer, for joining my show today.
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. All right, guys. See you next week.